Welcome guys to Dogs of War YouTube channel. Today we have our store championship here at Dogs of War we had in January, right after the Decimator and the
Decimator and the YT 2400
came out. Commentary, you have me, Jesus, and
Josh.
So we have the player to the left.
The player to our left is Matt Hunt. He's running the Rear Admiral Devastator with Experimental Interface, Expose, Rebel Captive, and Yassine Iskar, as well as the TIE Defender Colonel Vasir with Veteran Instincts and Proton Torpedoes.
And to the player to the right,
we got Brian with 2 Dagger Squadron pilots, both with fire control, a Vanilla Red Squadron X-Wing, and Tarn Missin with an R7 Astromech droid.
it's kind of a little similar to your list. You run 3 B-Wings though, yeah?
I run 3 B-Wings and I go for Wedge.
Yeah.
So it still packs the same punch, but he doesn't fall prone to Predator because everyone except for the Red pilot or Red Squadron pilot is at least a 4.
Okay, I do like how the guy to the right, what was his name? Brian. He deploys his guys to the right, and he's coming in an angle that he could easily adjust based on the maneuvers that the Decimator or the Defender does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of going parallel,
he has an awesome aisle if he wants to cut to Matt's side of the board that way, or he can just continue on down this awesome arc that he has with where the X-Wings look like they're going.
The only thing is that the B-Wings are kind of going to lag behind a little bit.
They are a slower ship, so them being in the back is a little unfortunate. But he had to deploy first, so he didn't have a choice in that matter.
And one of the things I was very excited about the tournament is, like I said, the new ships had come out. So I was curious how much splash they would do into the meta. And we were impressed. There was a lot of the new ships.
There's a lot of ships that a lot of ship combinations that we at Dogs of War have not experienced before.
Correct.
And it was very, very fun to experience all these different lists, all the different combos. It was a great meta learning experience for us.
Yep, we had 22 players for the tournament.
Yep.
We had players representing Orlando. We had players representing Tampa
and Jacksonville.
So we had
we had our 2 cameras running, plus the Jacksonville guys had their own cameras.
So expect some footage from the Jacksonville group. They recorded some of the matches, and they'll have their own commentary. But yeah, it was, except for the Miami crew, they couldn't make it. We had a very good representation of Florida. So Brian goes 1 movement.
All except for that 1 B-Wing. The 1 B-Wing went 2. Because he's special, apparently.
I guess he wants to has the B-Wings catch up, plus see where Brian's going to go. Not Brian, Matt.
Matt, yes. Keeping your ships in formation against a Devastator, or Decimator, excuse me, is also important. You either are going to focus one of the 2 ships here, and because the Decimator does not have any agility dice, has more health, but with a focused firing, you could actually one-shot it, depending on what crits you get.
You can one-shot it, wow.
1 volley it.
Yeah.
There's 16 dice. Granted, it has 16 health. Realistically, you're going to 2-turn it, but in theory, you can.
You could. You can always, Brian has some nice swag there.
Oh, wow. The reflective
templates. He has
Templates,
acrylic shields, acrylic focus, acrylic
stress tokens.
stress tokens. Even what is it? Oh, those acrylic
Are those
target
the
locks.
target locks? Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Damn.
However, I love Matt's Decimator.
I was gonna ask you, is that custom?
Yes, that's
Oh, wow.
that's custom. He painted the
Red
red
line.
on it.
Oh, that
It
is
looks
pretty cool.
absolutely amazing.
Even though the Fantasy Flight does a great job of painting their pre-painted models, people can really touch it up with their own. I do like how Brian here is covering all the angles. Look at that. He has one X-wing facing to your right, one straight, and the two B-wings.
Yeah, I mean that one B-wing looks like he's going to be out of arc, but I think he's he might barrel roll it, or he might keep it back there to see where everything is definitely going to go.
Yeah, he's checking the arc right now.
I think it would be better to barrel roll it towards that other B-wing so he would at least get a range 3 shot. Yeah, there you go.
Ooh. The defender's going right in the middle.
Going right into it. Defender cares not. That looks like it actually may be a range 1 shot onto the... trying to see if that's a 2 or a 3 on that forward X-Wing. It actually should be the Red Squadron because it moved first, so...
Also, I like it how Matt is using like Defender, which is not a very popular ship.
Yeah.
And I was very rooting for him throughout the whole tournament because I like seeing the underdog.
He's using experimental interface, which is essentially a modification version of push the limit. But push the limit lets you use an action from your action bar, whereas experimental interface allows you to use an action from a upgrade card. And so he has expose on the Decimator. So he can decrease his agility by 1 and increase it by his attack by 1, which he doesn't have any agility, so he's essentially just getting a +1 attack.
Holy cow, he one-shotted the...
Proton, yes, the Colonel has a Proton rocket, so that's 5 dice at range 1. Looks like he rolled all hits, and then Tarn had the defensive target lock, and still got 4 hits and just blew him up. Looks like the Dagger Squadron over there was taking some long-range damage from the Decimator. And already there kind of looks to be an advantage for... Gosh. There looks like a definite advantage for Matt right now. I mean... They're... Oh, wow. God.
So after the shot, they target lock?
Yes, the B-Wings have fire control, so after they fire, they get the target lock. Tarn actually has an ability that when someone target locks him, he target locks them as well.
That's the Decimator.
That would be the X-Wing that blew up.
I got you target out. No.
No, I believe Tarn's still out on the field there. So, must be that other X-Wing. Because I'm looking at the arts right now for the X-Wings, and that Tarn's the live X-Wing.
So what's the moves here?
I'm not sure if there's enough space, but they would be pretty awesome if the Defender could 4K turn. Of course, we all know it's white. If he doesn't land on that asteroid, he's in perfect position to just kind of shoot at everything, assuming the B-wings do not turn to the right. But with the Decimator in front of them, I don't see them doing that.
The Decimator is going to turn into that asteroid?
I think the Decimator is going to keep on going forward. And then once he gets close, he'll probably go a 2 or 3 forward, and then take a hard turn on the next turn.
No, he's stressed, so I'm assuming he's going to try to do green.
So he'll be going 2 forward then.
Is it green?
Yep. Which will still have him perfectly line up for...
What?
I'm not 100% sure why
I guess he's covering all the
going
angle
that way. I mean, the defender could go that way. I wouldn't send my defender that way. It's possible that Brian also is thinking that the asteroid may be too close for the 4K turn, which is a legitimate concern. But we're going to try it.
Oh, he's doing it.
He landed on it.
So he can't shoot?
He can't shoot. He doesn't take a damage because that was a focus result.
But he can't.
So, good call from Brian.
And you called it.
Yep.
And called that one too. Yeah.
It's like I know.
It's like you know this game.
So, going to target lock the close one. Yep. And then we're going to... I'm not sure if I would experimental interface here because he has to hard turn next turn. And if he hard turns, he doesn't get rid of that stress, which means he doesn't have any actions. So it looks like a bunch of damage onto that B-Wing, but only resulting into 3 shield damage, which is still significant, but you'd rather see a dead B-Wing at that point. So a bunch of range 2 shots not going through an asteroid.
And just pinging his shields.
A bunch of target locks going everywhere. Unfortunately for Matt, he's not remembering Rebel Captive right now, which is the first time a ship fires at the Decimator, they have to take a stress.
Oh.
Which stress on the B-Wings is big, because the B-Wings really only have... they technically have 4 green maneuvers, the soft ones and the straight 1 and straight 2. But that's really all their maneuvers are. Everything else, I think they only have 2 or 3 other maneuvers that are white. Everything else is red for them. So they really don't like moving. So having a stress on a B-Wing pretty much just fixes that I'm going to be going slow play for a really long time. And just K-turning with the with Tarn.
And bumping into the
Decimator. With a soft 2. Had he gone soft 1, I don't think he would have bumped, but I don't think... Ooh. This is weird. If the Decimator does in fact do a hard turn, which it looks like he is, he may not complete it. Yep. Okay. But he's going to clear that other B-Wing. So that's fine. Had he done a hard 2, he may have not been able to complete that maneuver, which would have kept the Decimator where it was.
So he doesn't clear the stress because he couldn't finish the maneuver?
That's correct. Because he couldn't clear the stress because it wasn't a green maneuver, period.
Oh, okay.
So... the defender has declared that it's going to try and
Protect
to
the
blow up
Decimator.
the B-Wings here.
3 hits, no dodge.
And that's the dead
Oh,
B-Wing.
wow.
That's nice. Nice pickup for Matt.
Should they have 3 hull points?
Yep. 3 hull points, 5 shield for the B-Wings. Any damage going on to the Colonel? Doesn't look like it.
Wow.
Ugh.
Brian's dice haven't been nice to him.
No. Both of the Imperial ships still have shields right now. Granted, both of the leftover Rebel ships still have shield, but only 3 damage has been inflicted on the Imperial side right now, and it's all on the Decimator.
Which is what he wants. I'm assuming he wants people to ignore the Defender because of his high agility.
Yeah. This game is definitely going in favor of Matt. Just,
So what's the maneuver for the B-Wing, do you think?
The B-Wing is probably gonna.
It's gonna be
It
hard.
won't 2K, or shouldn't 2K because it won't clear it. Are we trying to 2K? Yeah, we are. No, okay, we're just turning around over there. He has to try and now he can 2K next turn, but it's gonna leave him a little bit exposed.
But that's good for Matt because now the Decimator can shoot it.
Yep.
Without worrying of it getting retaliation.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Yep.
Okay, we're good.
Wonder that
Taking the focus action instead of like an evasion or something along those lines. It's probably a range 3 shot here, so in theory a focus could protect more damage. So he does a soft 2, which finally clears the stress off of the Decimator. And doing his double action play. Ugh, that's really good dice roll. Losing 3 shields off of that.
Matt's dice are hot.
Ugh. Darn, shooting at the Decimator. And now he remembers Rebel Captive. So we focus for 3 hits. It's range 3. So no dodge. 1 shield and 2 damage. Boop, boop. So 10 more life on the Decimator. Ugh. I'd like to see where Matt moves his Defender next. Does he cut right and follow that B-Wing?
Yeah, good point.
Or does he he can't K-turn because there's definitely not enough space for that.
Space.
The final frontier. Oh, wait. I would say the Defender cuts to the right. And
You would go after the B-Wing then?
I would follow up with that B-Wing just because there's no possible way for that Defender to get an arc on the X-Wing. That's the one I would want to kill right now, but I don't think there's a way for it to happen. Ooh, is that going to land on the asteroid? Yeah, it is. That's bad. Oh, did it not land on the asteroid? It did not. It looks close from over here, but just barely missed it. And cutting to the right. No.
Yeah.
Cutting to the left.
I guess it's key. It's just staying together with the Decimator and concentrate fire.
Yeah. I guess it's also possibly giving the X-Wing more choices.
God, that 5 dice is rough.
5 dice at range 1. It kind of hurts. That's 2 crits and 3 hits with 1 dodge, 4 damage. As if it's not a double hit, it lives. But what's the other crit? Oh, it could have been dead because it was the minor hull breach. Okay, 3 shots, 3 damage. Back to it. No dodge dice. Oof. And
That's a wild shot right there.
the longest range. And of course he has 4 dice with a focus. That's just a long range shot. He should have a target lock on that defender now, though. But I think he wants to keep his target lock on the Decimator.
So for Brian's strategy right now is to keep focusing on the Decimator? Trying to get that out of the way?
Because the Decimator is actually 60 points, it would, it'd get him closer to
Plus right now,
winning the game.
it's his biggest damage dealing with that 5 dice.
With Expose, yeah, it's 5 dice at range 1. The Colonel has already spent his 5 dice attack.
One time.
But if you don't pop the Colonel sometime soon, he's just going to pick you apart. But I don't think there's much of a choice. Going 1 forward, I think you probably should have soft turn.
Yeah, that's what I think.
You most likely wouldn't have been in arc anyway, but unless he's changing targets now and going after the defender. Which changing targets is always a bad idea. However, when you don't have an arc on the person that you've been shooting at this entire time, you don't have much of a choice.
So Decimator's kind of taking itself out of the picture right now.
Well, fortunately, it's...
I'm assuming it's going to chase him, but...
Let's see. So he's not exposing this turn, which means he plans on doing a hard maneuver next turn. So probably a hard 2, hopefully dodging that asteroid so that he can stay in range 3 of the X-Wing. Well...
Oh, what happened?
The shot from the defender actually picked off the X-Wing.
1 point. Oh,
yep, it only had 1 point left.
Oh, that's not good.
No shots anywhere else, so straight to the planning phase. Ugh. Matt's just is picking off that X-Wing with 1 shot was a
1 shot, 1 kill.
And that's hard to do on an X-Wing. It's hard to chew through 5 damage of a ship. So we're hard turning? Soft turning? Oh. Ooh. So close. So it looks like the Decimator is, like you said, putting himself out of position.
Yeah.
Just so that it can't be focused and Matt won't lose that crucial seed. So 2 damage onto the B-Wing is now 2 health from being destroyed.
The defender has this. He's holding the fort down there. While his big brother is going out,
and it's just a downward spiral for Brian right now. It
has definitely got hit. It still has his 3 shields.
Yep, it still has 3 shields.
Wow.
Not a single hit has gone through on the defender.
And it has 3 shields? How many hull?
3.
3 and 3.
So it has 6 health to chew through, which a B-Wing
Potentially
could do.
The B-Wing has more hit points more overall hit points.
Yeah.
Has 8.
Unfortunately, right now, it only has 2. Ooh. That's a fortunate turn of events for... Oh, okay. Putting a placeholder down there. Trying to see if it would complete it. And wow. Wow. That's a dead viewing if I've ever seen one. We're just gonna list lazily to the left over here. No big deal. I'm just gonna let my co-pilot. I got 2 pilot kills, so I'm just gonna
3 hits.
3 hits and nothing. Oh man! Well, congrats to Matt. That was a pretty decisive win. Sucks for Brian. Hopefully his formation will do better next turn or next round. But solid flying, just unlucky dice roll.
Yeah, Matt. No, I can't give. Got to give Matt props. You know, even though his dice were kind of hot, he did play good. You know, making sure that Decimator was in the middle of the playing field, taking all those big shots. You know, that Decimator has some power.
Especially with the exposed punch.
You know, and then I thought it would be a bad idea for him Decimator leave the battlefield, but that defender just took care of business.
Which is actually funny. It only killed 1 ship.
Killed 2 ships.
Oh, the Decimator or the defender.
It one shot at the 1 hit point to that guy, and then killed the.
It did most of the damage, but the defender one shot the X-wing first turn, and also killed the last 2 ships of the game. But
so guys, this is the first round. We're gonna have another match in the first round, and then we'll move into the second round. We had 5 rounds and a cut to top 8.
Top 8, yep.
So there'll be a lot of videos coming for the store championship, and we'll see you guys later.
Stay tuned.